Hi friends, welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss about date object and various date methods like get full year, get date, get year. Similarly, we have set full year, set month, set day, set date. All these kind of methods are also there. We will discuss all these methods in detail. So I sincerely request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. In JavaScript, date and time are represented by the date object. So we have a date object. The date object is useful for you to represent the date and time. There are 4 ways to create the date object. So we can create the date object using 4 ways. What are the 4 ways? Let me discuss it for you. One is using the new date constructor without passing any parameters to it. And another way is that you can use the date constructor by passing only the milliseconds, and then we use the date constructor by passing the year, month, day, hours, minutes, seconds, and also milliseconds. And the 4th way is that using the date constructor we can pass the date string. So I can say that we can create the date object in 4 ways. The first way is I can create an object yes, and I can use the new keyword, and then I can provide the date constructor without passing any parameter. So this is the first way you can create a date object. Similarly, I can create another object str, and I can give the new keyword and then date constructor, and then I can pass only milliseconds. And third way is that I can create a date object j by using the new keyword and date constructor. I can provide the year, comma, month, comma, day, hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. All these parameters we can pass. And the 4th way is that I can create an object k, new date. I can provide the date string. Whatever the date format I want to provide, I can provide in the date string. So these are the 4 ways I can create the date object. If you create the date object in this first way, it will display the current date and time. So it will display the current date and time. What is today's date? 28th April 2023, and what is the time? 5:52 AM. So that content will be displayed. It will display the current date and time for you. Now if you provide the milliseconds, then what it will do is that for the 1st Jan 1970, 5 hours 30 minutes 00 seconds, whatever the milliseconds you have provided, that milliseconds will be added. Suppose let's take that I have provided where str new date, and if I provide 1000 milliseconds, 1000 milliseconds means how many seconds? 1 second. Then it will display as 1st Jan 1970, 5 hours 30 minutes 1 second will be displayed for you. So whatever the milliseconds you have provided, that milliseconds will be added to the 1st January 1970, 5 hours 30 minutes 0 seconds. Similarly, you can provide the year, month, day, hours, minutes, milliseconds, everything. Suppose if I provide the year as 2020 and the month as 04 and day as 25th, hours as 5:30 minutes, and then 20 seconds and 0 milliseconds if I provide, then what it will do is that it will provide the date as 25th April 2020, 5 hours 30 minutes 20 seconds will be displayed for you. Similarly, you can provide the date string object also. Now how you can do? You can provide the date string like this: 2020 0701, then it will come as 2020. 07 means July, and then 01 means first. So it will display the output as 1st July 2020. So like this you can create the date object. All these things we'll discuss in detail practically so that it will be clear for you. Let me go to the Notepad++. Already I have created the a HTML document, and then in the header tag I have provided the script tag. Any JavaScript content you need to include in the script tag. The script tag you can provide in the header tag or also in the body tag. Here I have provided in the header tag. Now I want to create a date object. So I will write var s is equal to new date, and if I write document.write, and then I can write today date and time, and I can write plus, and then I can write yes, and then I can use the plus for concatenation, and then I can provide the break tag. Now let me save this one and let me go to the browser and let me refresh it. Now you can see today date and time is April 28, 2023. Today is Friday, so you got FRI to represent the Friday, APR for representing the April, and 28, 2023. Now the time is 5 hours, 56 minutes, 0 seconds. If I refresh, again the seconds will be updated. Now you can see 24 seconds. Again if I update, 29 seconds. If I update, 31 seconds. So like this it will display the current date and time for you. Now let me create one more object, str new date, and if I provide the millisecond, let me provide the milliseconds as 10,000 milliseconds. 10,000 milliseconds means 10 seconds. So what it will do is that for the 1st January 1970, 5 hours 30 minutes 00 seconds. For that one 10 seconds will be added. So you should get 5 hours 30 minutes 10 seconds. Are we getting or not? We can verify. Document dot write, then I can write str concatenation, and then I can use the break tag. Let me save this program and let me go to the browser and let me refresh it. We got Thursday. So Jan 1st 1970 is Thursday, and as I said earlier, 5 hours 30 minutes 00 seconds will come. For that one you are adding 10,000 milliseconds. 10,000 milliseconds is nothing but 10 seconds. So 5 hours 30 minutes 10 seconds has been displayed for you. Like this you can create a date object by providing the milliseconds. Now I will provide the negative milliseconds. Then for the 5 hours 30 minutes 00 seconds, it will subtract the 10 seconds. In that case what will happen, we can observe. Let me refresh it. Then we got the output as 5 hours 29 minutes 50 seconds, because from 5 hours 30 minutes if you subtract 10 seconds, then it will be 5 hours 29 minutes 50 seconds and January 1st 1970, which is Thursday. Now let me create the date object str1 new. I will provide the year. Let me provide the year as 2020. Month I will provide it as 03, and then day I will provide it as 25, and hours I will provide it as 05, minutes I will provide it as 30, and seconds I will provide it as 20. I will provide the milliseconds as 0, and then I will write document.write str1, and then I will use the concatenation, and then I will use the break tag. Now let me save this program, go to the browser and let me refresh it. What happened? Why we did not get this output? str1 new date. I have provided the year, month, day, hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. Oh, here I need to provide str1. I have provided st1 only. What is the problem with this HTML is, if you did some mistake, it will not give any error. Instead of that one, it will not display the output for you. So we need to debug again. Let me save this program and refresh it. Now we got the output as Saturday, April 25, 2020, 5 hours 30 minutes 20 seconds. Then you can ask me, sir, you have provided the year as 2020, so we got the output as 2020 only, and you have provided the month as 03. Why it got the output as April is, if you provide the 00 or if you provide the 0 also, so I can consider it as 0. 0 means January, it will consider. 1 means February, 2 means March, 3 means April, and 11 means December. So generally we have 12 months. It will start from 0 and it will go up to 11. If I provide 04, then it will consider it as a May. If you want to observe, let me save this one, refresh it. Then you can see the output. Monday 2020, May 25th, 5 hours 30 minutes 20 seconds. Then you can ask me, sir, here also I will provide only 2 digits. Instead of 4 digits, I will provide only 2 digits. Then it will consider as 1920. If you want to observe, let me refresh it for you. As I said earlier, if you provide only 2 digits in the year, then it will consider it as 19th century. So you got the year as 1920, and it is Tuesday, May 25th, 5 hours 30 minutes 20 seconds. Then you can ask me, sir, if I does not provide the milliseconds and then seconds, then what will happen? Then you can observe, let me refresh it. Then you got the seconds as 00. By default, if it does not provide the seconds, it will consider the default value as 00. Similarly, if I does not provide the minutes, then it will consider the default value as 00. If I refresh it, you will get 5 hours 0 minutes 0 seconds. Then you can ask me, sir, if I does not even provide the hours, then what will be the default value? We will verify. Let me refresh it. See, you got 0 hours because you does not provide the hours, so it considered as 0 hours 0 minutes 0 seconds. Now I will remove the day. So I am providing the 20, so 1920, and I am providing the month as 04, so it will consider as May. And then what about the day? I am not providing the day, so by default it will consider the 1st May 1920. As I said earlier, you got the Saturday, May 1st 1920. If you does not provide the day value, then it will consider the default value as 1st. Similarly, if I does not provide the month also, then what it will consider? It will consider as a milliseconds, because it will be same as the previous one. If you provide only one parameter, then it will consider it as a milliseconds. If you want to observe, look at here. Let me refresh it for you. Then you got Thursday, Jan 1st, 1970, 5 hours 30 minutes 0 seconds, because you have provided the 20 milliseconds. If you provide 1000 milliseconds, then it will consider as a 1 second, but you have provided only 20 milliseconds, so that's why you got the output as Thursday, Jan 1st 1970, 5 hours 30 minutes. Now let me provide the date string. So I will write where str2 is equal to new date, and then I will provide the date string here. I will provide it as 2020 0701. Now let me display document.write str2, and then I will use the concatenation, and then I will use the break tag. Let me save this one, go to the browser, and let me refresh it. We got the output as Wednesday, July 1st 2020, 5 hours 30 minutes 00 seconds. So you have provided as 2020 and you have provided 07. 07 means here it will consider it as a July, and 01 means it is the 1st. If I provide the 25th, then it will consider as year as 2020, 07 means July, and day means 25th. If you want to observe, let me refresh it. Got the output as Saturday, July 25th, 2020, 5 hours 30 minutes 0 seconds. Like this we can create the date object. Now I will provide the 2025 and then 25 I will provide. Then we will see what will happen. Let me refresh it. We got the output as Monday, May 25, 2020. You got 0 hours, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. So you can provide the date string as a year / month, which is in 2 digits. Then you can provide the day. So year you need to provide in 4 digits, month you need to provide in 2 digits, and the day you can provide in 2 digits. Now let me discuss about the date methods. There are various methods available in the date object like get full year, get month, get date, get day, get hours, get minutes, get milliseconds, set full year, set month, set date, set day, set hours, set minutes, set milliseconds. Like that we have various methods. The get methods are useful to retrieve the information. The set methods are useful to set the value. All these methods I will discuss in detail for you. Now let me discuss about the get full year, which is a method. So in a method, if you have various words, look at here, I have the get full year. There are 3 words are there. From the second word onwards, the first character should be in capital. That's why full, F is capital, in year, Y is capital. This is the notation you need to use. Then only you will get the output, otherwise you will get the error. So get full year method is useful to get the year. If you want to observe, let me go to the notepad++. I will delete this entire content and then I will write document.write s.getFullYear method I will use. Let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. So we got the year as 2023. What is today's date and time is Friday, April 28, 2023, 6 hours 13 minutes 14 seconds. So we got the year as 2023. Among this entire date, we are trying to retrieve the year. So the year is 2023. If you want to find it, then you can write as year is, and then you can provide the concatenation. At the end, you can use the break tag. Let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. So we got the year as 2023. So the get full year method is useful to retrieve the year from the date. Similarly, we have the get month method. The get month method is useful to get the month. Let me copy this one and let me paste it here. In place of year is, I should write it as month is. In place of get full year, I need to write it as get month. Now, what is today's date? Today's date is 2023 is the year and the date is 28 and month is April. So 28/04/2023. Among that one, you have used the get full year, so you got the output as 2023. Now you want to retrieve the month. Month is April, so it will display the output as 3 for you. Then you can ask me why it will display the output as 3. Because 0 represents the January, 1 represents February, 2 represents March, 3 represents April, and so on. 11 represents December. If I save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it, you will get the output as month is 3 because it is April, and already we have displayed year as 2023. Similarly, we have the get day method. The get day method is useful for you to get the date. What is today's date is 28. It will display the output from 1 to 31. If you want to observe, let me copy this one and paste it for you. And then I will use the date is, and then I can use the get date method. Let me save this one. As today's date is 28/4/2023, you should get the output as 28. If you want to observe, let me refresh it. As I said earlier, today date we got it as 28, year as 23, month as 3. Similarly, we have the getDay method. GetDay method will retrieve the day of the week. So it will get the value from 0 to 6. Okay, if you want to observe, let me paste it, and then I will write day is, and then I will write the getDay. Let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. We got the day as 5 because today is Friday. So 0 represents Sunday, 1 represents Monday, 2 represents Tuesday, 3 represents Wednesday, 4 represents Thursday, 5 represents Friday, 6 represents Saturday. So as today's date is 28th for 2023 and it is Friday. You can observe it is Friday, so that's why you got the output as 5. Similarly, we have the getHours method. The getHours method is useful for you to get the hour from 0 to 23, because in a day we have 24 hours. It will start from 0 to 23. So let me paste this one, and then I can write it as hour is, and then I can use the getHours method. Let me save this one, go to the browser and let me refresh it. We got the hour as 6. Similarly, we have the getMinutes method. The getMinutes method is useful to get the minutes from 0 to 59, because we have the 60 minutes, so it will start from 0 and it will go up to 59. Let me copy this one and paste it for you, and then I can use the minutes is, and then I can write getMinutes method, and let me save it. Now the minutes is 19, so you should get the output as 19. If you observe, let me refresh it. As I said earlier, we got the minutes as 19 because then right now the time as 6 hours 19 minutes AM 28th for 2023. So it is 6 hours 19 minutes. So that's why you got the hour as 6, minutes as 19. Similarly, we have the getMilliseconds method. The getMilliseconds method is useful to get the milliseconds. Similarly, we have the getSeconds method is useful for you to get the seconds. I will discuss about both these methods. Document.write, and then I will write seconds is, and then I will use the plus for concatenation, and then I will write getSeconds method and concatenation, and then I will use the break tag. Similarly, we have the getMilliseconds method. So I will write milliseconds is, and then I will write getMilliseconds. In milliseconds, S should be in lowercase because milliseconds is a single word. Let me save this program, go to the browser and let me refresh it. So we got the seconds as 0, milliseconds is 649. If I refresh it again, now you got the seconds is 7, milliseconds is 806, because you are displaying the current date and time, and from that one you are retrieving the seconds and milliseconds. Now let me discuss about the set methods. First, let me discuss about the set full year method. The set full year method will take the year and it will set it to the current one. So the set full year method sets the full year according to the local time. Let me discuss this concept practically with an example so that it will be clear for you. So the set full year method is useful to set the year. So I will write s dot set full year method, and then I will provide the year as 2020, and then I will write document dot write, and then I will provide yes, and I will provide the concatenation, and I will provide the break tag. Today date is 28th April 2023. For that one you are setting the year as 2020, then it will come as 28/04/2020 because you are setting the year as 2020. If you want to observe, let me save this one and refresh the browser. So you got the year as 2020, but the month and day is same, because for this yes object you are setting the full year as 2020. So that's why April 28, 2020. The time also you got same 6:25:03, and 28th April 2020 is Tuesday. Similarly, we can use the set month method. The set month method is useful for you to set the month. Let me provide the set month method by passing the value as 03, and then I will write document.write yes, and then I will provide the break tag. Let me save this one and refresh it. See, as I provided the month as 03, so 00 means January, 01 means February, 02 means March, 03 means April. So you got April 28, 2022. To distinguish, I will provide the month as 11. Then it will set it as December 28, year as 2020, because you already set the year as 2020. Now let me refresh it for you. So we got the output as Monday, December 28, 2020, hour as 06, minutes as 26, and seconds as 29. So like this, we can use the set month method to set the month. Similarly, we have the set date method, which is useful to set the date. So I will write yes dot set date method. I will provide the date as some 25. Then if I write document.write yes plus, and then I will provide the break tag. Already you have set the year as 2020 and month as December. Now you are setting the day as 25. So date you have provided, so it is 25th December 2020. If you want to observe, let me refresh it. So you got the output as Friday, December 25, 2020, 6 hours 27 minutes 34 seconds. Similarly, we have the set hours method also. So I will write yes dot set hours. I will provide the hours as 4. Then you can observe 2020 December 25, hours you have fixed as 4, and then minutes you will get it as 28, because now it is 6:28. Out of that 6 hours you are setting it as 4 hours. Let me copy this one and paste it for you. Let me refresh it. Then you will get the output as Friday, December 25, 2020. Instead of 6 hours, you got 4 hours, 28 minutes, 32 seconds. Similarly, we have the set minutes method also. You can set the minutes. So I will set the minutes as 35 minutes. Then you will get the output as 2020, December 25th, 4 hours, 35 minutes. Similarly, I will use the set seconds method also. Provide the seconds as 40. Then you will get it as 2020 December 25th, 4 hours 35 minutes 40 seconds. If you want to observe, let me display document.write yes, and then I will provide the concatenation. Inside that one, I will provide the break tag. Let me save this one, go to the browser, and let me refresh it for you. See, as I said earlier, we got Friday, December 25, 2020. Hours we have set it as 4, minutes we have set it as 35, and seconds as 40. So like this, we can use the set methods. I have discussed in detail about the date object. How can we create the date object? What are the get methods are there? What are the set methods are there? If you still have any doubts related to any concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.